Yeah.
Well, recently. Well, I
Mm.
saw some videos, pictures of you and her a lot. You took a
Right.
lot of pictures together. So, what
Yeah.
kind of relationship did y'all have? And
Oh my goodness. So, I met Angie probably 14 years ago. I was in Atlanta, and I met her through a friend of mine who's a producer, and they were friends. So we went to a gathering that Angie had, and that was my first time meeting her. But we didn't start hanging out then. So I had a nonprofit organization, and by that time I was also doing a life coaching. I had started my own little celebrity status. I was on Basketball Wives, Mob Wives. When I realized I wasn't going to be the next Mary J. Blige, I was like, let me reinvent my wheel.
okay,
So I went back to school, and not just because of that, but I liked helping people. I was always helping people. Reason why I got fired
right,
years and years ago in the music, because I was always like, okay,
right,
either I was going to be a lawyer or I was going to be a counselor or a therapist. And so then I moved in the direction of that. And so Angie had a girls group, and I would do like the back to school bashes for schools and all that stuff. And so I was like, Angie, you need to have your girls come out. Excuse me. Y'all gonna have to pause on this. Y'all better not let these belches come out.
Shit.
Hold on.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming out. No, no.
Pop out.
You real.
I'm sorry. You.
real.
I'm sorry, y'all. Back to what I was saying. Like I ate a meal, and y'all didn't give me no chicken earlier. Okay, moving forward. So we were doing a lot of just give back groups
Right.
and stuff like that. And so Angie and I just started being in the same circle. I have another girlfriend. Shout out to Shanice Gibbs. She always would keep me working. I was doing a life coaching stuff, and while I was still in school to get my doctorate in psychology. So I was always doing things, and Angie had girl group, and so we started being around each other a lot. And it's so funny. I was thinking about this the other day, and it's my girl. I was thinking about this the other day. We didn't really get close until we started going gambling together. We became like, Angie knows all the spots that you could go gamble here
Right.
in Atlanta. Believe it or not, there are places. And yeah,
Right.
that's my girl. So we wind up like when she gravitates to you, she takes you on. I even helped her with her nonprofit, Angel Stripes, and we helped senior citizens go out to vote. We also gave back Thanksgiving turkeys and all that stuff. And so,
Right.
yeah, that's my
Do you
dog.
think she got her just due for as good as a vocalist she was? I mean, because she was
No,
doing a neo soul, but it didn't. She's a rapper, then a neo soul artist, and then it just seemed like she was in a black surf. Like it didn't go bigger than I think.
I can't really answer that question, but I will say this. She was such an amazing producer and writer that honestly, even though she had a great voice, I mean, she's a stylist. Anytime you hear her voice on a record, you know it's Angie. But
Okay.
the writing and the producing, she can produce a record. I think she was, producing from one of these award shows, and she had all the singers, and she just was really great at doing
Wow.
that. And so I don't think she did get her just.
Too.
I believe that they owe her a lot of money, and I think Tyler Perry touched on it when we were at the memorial the other day, recently. And
Isn't it crazy? Somebody as talented as her could still get ripped off. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely,
You feel like somebody young.
but it's
and
kind
new.
of, she started young. She right out of high
Right,
school.
true.
She went to New York, and it's on and popping. And I just told you my New York story. She was ahead of me. Can you imagine?
Right.
So yeah, you're happy to be on. You're like, what? Yeah.
Let me ask you, and again, it's not a rip. It's just we're talking. Her look wasn't.
At the
right.
time.
You think that could hold people
Because
back?
Lizzo came, and when
Right.
Lizzo came,
Well,
it was
later,
popular to be
right.
fat.
In the last
Boom.
15 years, it's different. But we're talking
Right.
about in the 80s and 90s.
Absolutely.
I feel like because she's a hell of a performer. I mean, artist as far as vocal writing and all that.
Absolutely.
It's like, why don't they get a break sometimes? And sometimes, do you feel like
It wasn't her
because
time with because the industry was still prejudiced.
Right.
With, if you wasn't a cookie cutter,
Because you've probably seen people who were cooker cutter but didn't have a great
I
voice.
was. And
we didn't have a great voice, and
Right.
you seen it move on. Like, damn.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this group was like they didn't have a good voice, but like Seduction or somebody, you like, damn,
Right.
Jamonda, like they all fine. What, you know? And I'm not saying they have good voices, but you get what they
they
picking.
could sing,
Right,
but
right.
they did not have an Angie Stone voice.
Right. I felt
Right.
it.
So her weight definitely, and I think she touches on that in some interviews that you'll see. You know, they really did.
I'll go all the way dark skin, all that shit. They're like medium, light skinned people.
They should
real.
They should have on her.
Right. I think that you know, and I'm glad that it's changed. You know, it's definitely changed now. But I felt like, you know, as good as she could sing, but she was so great that she hung in there, and people were respected and went to see her concerts. And
Absolutely,
supported her.
absolutely.
But it could have been bigger, I think,
Right.
if the times were changed back then. When
And then as
first
she
came
got
up.
older, you know, there was other things that's happening. You know, like she had, you know, a lot of people might say, oh, may talk about a show or something, but they didn't know, you know, she had lost some of her hearing.
Yeah.
And, you know,
I hear a
the
lot about
family
that.
might get mad at me telling that, but hey, listen,
I think I heard
let's
that
just
before.
tell the truth, y'all.
Right, because
Come on,
but
you
a
know.
lot of musicians go through that because they on stage and loud ass music right there.
Music, and he's not a
Yeah.
friend of mine,
Right.
and I don't know him personally. I haven't been to his home, but music's whole child. You know, he lost his voice, and so a lot of times you have to get. That's why you have to treat this. This is your gift. This is your instrument. You have to take very good care of it.
Right.
And when you go into these clubs and the music is so loud, all that loud music,
Right.
you're killing your eardrum. You know, so
Right. I would behoove if you're a young artist like that. I mean, it might be cool looking, but get you some earplugs. Damn that! If you're going to these parties, because I've been to like
absolutely
clubs
you
in
see the
Miami,
babies. when they-
live and shit. Like, good Lord,
I
have
went to a
mercy.
restaurant the other night and was like, does it have to be this loud?
Right.
A restaurant.
Right.
Absolutely.
Me and her did a play together. I just can't remember the name of the play.
You and Angie?
Yeah, one of the black plays and stuff. And I remember, I'll say this much. So I remember she was really cool. Can we get one more story that we don't know before I close this out on you? That was
wow.
because you have so many
I
of them.
do, and I'll probably regret tomorrow when
For
I
what?
think like I should have told
which one you said? Yeah.
that I didn't get an opportunity to tell.
What favorite nigga you fuck?
Say it again.
Well, nothing. Yeah, listen.
Okay, I got two small ones. So I met Idris Elba and hung out with Idris Elba years and years ago, and he was in Atlanta.
Okay.
And this is so long ago that his daughter now, I don't know how old is she, like in her 20s.
Right.
She was a baby because he had a car seat in the
okay.
back of the car. So we're in Atlanta. He was really good friends with a DJ here. I can't think of his name. It's gonna come to me later, of course.
Okay.
So we're all hanging out. And I mean, he was Idris still, but he wasn't like
Idris
is, right.
Uh-huh.
And so we were going from one place to the next. And so I was riding with him, and he tried to
I can't blame him.
He tried to put his tongue in my mouth.
Oh,
Okay, Idris, I'm sorry I told it. It's so long ago.
Of course.
And I'm just saying, when you leave old girl, put it.
If you like that clip, hit the subscribe button or the notification bell. In fact, why don't you hit both of them?